What's going on, guitar fans far and wide? If this reaches you, I do hope all is well. I'm Chris, and this is the Session Room, the place of all things guitar, and as always, I thank you so much for watching. This is kind of an unofficial introduction video to my channel, if you will. This is supposed to happen a long time ago. Now, with that being said and out of the way, let's get to it, shall we? Today we're looking at this wonderful specimen in the form of a Les Paul Gold Top. This is the stunning Harley Benton SC-450 P-90 GT. The SC standing for single cut, P-90 standing for the pickups, the P-90s, and the GT standing for Gold Top. You know, I've always kind of gravitated towards review videos where the person has owned the piece of gear for a certain amount of time, as I've owned mine for a few years now and know all the ins and outs of this particular guitar, especially after doing this review. I've always wanted one of these ever since I laid eyes on these album covers. If you didn't, like myself, have the funds for the real deal, the SC-450 will fill that void just beautifully. Let's hear some clean tones, shall we? For this I'll be using my Boss Katana Mark 250, touch of reverb and a touch of delay. go over the body. Now keep in mind, it's not woods that a traditional Les Paul would be built of, like mahogany or rosewood, but it fares just fine. I've read 2 different listings of what the body's supposed to be made of. One said basswood and the other one said poplar body with a basswood top. I don't know, I just say it's basswood body, and a very heavy body at that. It's solid as a rock, but you definitely feel it on the shoulders when you stand and play for longer than an hour. A lot heavier than a lot of Les Pauls for sure, but it's so nice to play sitting down. It sits nice and solid on your lap, and with the arched top it makes that gold finish just pop. Now let's spin it around and talk about the back for a second. One thing I gotta mention is the backs on these guitars. It says transparent red on the spec sheet, but as you can see they really vary in color and none of them are red, at least to my eyes anyways. The older ones seem to have either this orange or natural finish, which was the one I looked at. It had a natural finish, while the newer ones are like the one I was sent, which was that dark purple. The one I looked at, like I said, had the natural finish on the back, so I was kind of taken back when they sent me the purple, but oh well. At least it's not the orange. So just keep in mind the back color might be different in the picture that you look at when you pick out the guitar. Just something to keep in mind. Now let's talk about the headstock and tuners, neck and fretboard radius, and all that good stuff. The headstocks differ with the guitar's age as well. As you can see, the older headstock is on the left. The orange backs I know have these stocks, while the newer models have the one on the right. Tuners aren't anything to write home about, but for this price point, they work just fine and I can't complain. They actually feel a lot better than my T52 tuners, that's for sure. And stay tuned for a review on that guitar coming up. So for the neck and fretboard radius, the neck is Canadian maple and it's set in with a skinny 60s C-neck profile with a blackwood fretboard, a little similar to ebony, but it's not as smooth. We have a 350mm fingerboard radius, trapezoid mother of toilet seat inlays. It actually really looks the part. They're actually pretty nice. Cream colored binding on the neck, front of body, 22 medium jumbo frets I think they are, a nut width of 43mm to round it all out, a double action truss rod, and a plastic nut. The nut would be a good thing to upgrade, but mine was cut and functions as should. For electronics, we have 2 Roswell Classic P-90 ceramic single coil pickups. I think these pickups are just awesome, but if you wanted to upgrade them, it definitely wouldn't hurt. We have a 3-way selector switch. It feels a little on the cheap side, especially when you've used it for 2 years every single day. It gets kind of loose, but it still functions just fine. We got 2 volume knobs and 2 tone knobs, you know, your classic Les Paul layout. The knobs could be replaced with regular size pods, as these are those tiny little guys from China or wherever they come from. But you could totally keep them on, as they would do the job. 2 years mine still work, but are super worn out and loose, as I've played this guitar a lot over the 2 years I've had it. Yeah, they're getting kind of loose, but they still function just fine. The bridge. For the bridge, we got a Tune-O-Matic and just your standard steel tailpiece. Both again feel a little on the cheap side, but again for this price point, one cannot complain. It all still does the job just fine. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Thomann, shipping and damage issues, stuff like that. It took a couple weeks to get to me in Ontario, Canada, and it was shipped to me in flawless condition. It came in this solid box within another box, all wrapped in bubble wrap, and it was actually in tune when I took it out. It was January 8th here when it got here, so I let it acclimate for 24 hours before I took it out, and it was actually in tune. It's a great package up compared to how my Schecter was shipped. Like, just look at this shit. Like, I'm sure you can tell which one the Schecter is. Like, how can you pack something and ship it like that? I was lucky it came from the US in one piece. The GT450 also came with your standard cheap patch cord and Allen key for truss rod adjustments. Both work just fine. I can't complain, as my $4,000 Gibson ES335 came with nothing but a certificate of authenticity. And it's kind of upsetting when you go to do an adjustment and find out that Gibson uses a special screw and wrench that only works for their truss rods. Thanks again for that, Gibson. And I just wanted, it's worth mentioning that Thomann offers a pack with this guitar in it. Comes with the guitar and amp, a strap, a cord, a bunch of picks, and I think a couple other things, a tuner. But yeah, it's a really, really good deal. You should check that out. And Thomann, I don't know, can be really weird with damage claims. As I've researched a lot of customer claims, and it varies from them paying luthier bills for stuff that should have been done before it left the factory, or they offer you $30 for your trouble. The customer in this particular case argued the $30 and got $100. almost like they are betting on it costing more than the price of the whole guitar to be shipped back. It's all on your dime too. They want you to pay for it to be shipped back. So obviously he said no and was stuck with it. Don't let this deter you though from buying, because these claims are few and far between. As you can see, the guitar has been met with mostly great reviews. Okay, now let's hear some dirty tones. Again, I'll be using my Katana 50 Mark II. We're on the brown channel, gain about 10 o'clock, and we're boosting that with a tube screamer. Gain on 0, tone at 12 o'clock, and the volume all the way up. As you'll see in here, there's no need to change these pickups, they're just absolutely crushing. Well, I hope this helps somebody out there. All in all, we here in the session room give this guitar a 2 big thumbs up. Isn't it indeed a very nice guitar and could be for sure branded an Epiphone or Gibson killer? Please be sure to let us know what your Harley Benton experience was like. As always, thank you for watching. Any support in the form of a like and sub would be just amazing. Again, I'm Chris from the session room. Keep fit and have fun, and we will see you in the next one. Take care and have happy holidays.